My name's Jay Essex, this life anyway. Also, I'm actually the one they call Pahana, the one Hopi Indians are waiting to come back to talk to him. The idea is that one of their old brothers, I was a Hopi elder, or Opie elder, long time ago. And I took off, went out off towards the east into the rising sun, and I told them I would be back eventually, and I would tell them the truth. That I'd finally be telling everyone the truth of what exists on the other side. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. I was also at other past lives. I go back to the beginning. My energy is creator energy. It's not soul. Nothing's any better than anything else. It's just what it is. I need to get this on video, but I'm tired of talking about it. Rain is wonderful, but it's just rain. Sunshine's wonderful, but it's just sunshine. It's just there are pieces of the whole plan. Everything has a function, a reason. And 2012, December 21st, 2012 is when I kept telling through all these lives, Pahana, Quetzalcoatl, Kukulkan, King Tut, just a whole lot of them, talking about how people would never see the world the same. That's all I said. There's nothing about this light comes and saves everyone. There's nothing about the world comes to an end. There's nothing about anything. I said people will never perceive the world the same. The reason why, that barrier that's in between, there's a metaphysical barrier, energy barrier that goes down the middle of the head that separates the left side of the brain from the right side of the brain as far as metaphysical energy goes. The left side of the brain is where you have Gaia's energy, the Earth's energy. It's planetary essence, very strong stuff. It's female in gender. It's in the left side of your head. Then there's the creator energy that's put in to be something of a barrier. And then on the right-hand side, you have your soul, or spirit. There's soul, then there's essence, and then there's just a few things that are similar to me, smaller parts of it. Lily and I are the two parts of the Mother and Father Creator that actually have lives. There's three sets of Mother and Father. There's the original set, and then there's the next two sets. And the original Mother and Father never had a life. The next set never had a life. And Lilith and the energy I belong to have had all the lives. Lilith and I had the first life on a planet that this Essenite comes from. This is star Essenite right here. And this is a part of a moon from Jupiter and Gaia, the energy from the first planet ever created. And that's where Lilith and I had the first life. We were funny looking beings, but whatever, that's something for another time. But anyway, it's important for people to know what's out there. All your religions are wrong. There's truth hidden here and there, but they're wrong. There's no wonderful light that's coming. It's like, come on, people. It's like, you can feel the love on the other side. You can feel the energy, but you're also made to feel things. That's what people don't understand. The soul goes into a body, or spirit is put in a body. When a male and a female get together, or their sperm and eggs get together and create an embryo, then as the embryo's forming, where the brain is, the body energy from the planet, which is the body's material comes from the planet, it gets pushed to the left side of the brain, and then the Mother Creator takes the energy, creator energy, and puts it like a barrier against it and pushes it to the left side, and then on the right side the other spirit goes. Whether it's almost always soul, but sometimes it's essence, and then sometimes it's me or others that have been released from the energy that I am, which is, just doesn't happen. It was happening all the time, but there's just Lilith and I that have been doing it, other than these pieces we broke off from ourselves when the third wave of souls was released. There's been 5 times the original Mother and Father Creator got together and released souls. Original Creator was, the original being was 27.5% negative. That's just where you make the gray issue, where something isn't light or dark, it's gray. And I like to think of that as positive or negatively balanced or charged. Gray's kind of in the middle, where it's starting to become a problem. When something is dark, it just is what it is. When the souls were created, Mother and Father just released their energy, and whatever came out, came out. If you take water and vinegar and you put them in a jar and you shake it real hard, and then you take that and you pour it in a water gun, you shoot the water gun, some of the drops coming out are more water and some are more vinegar. It's not the water or vinegar's fault, okay? It just, that's how it came out. It's like a roll of the dice. There's never been a judgment or anything like that. Now, there's been other things going on, but nothing like that. That's how that started. When something is dark, it's got every right to be what it is, and I protect it. However, when it's dark and it goes after someone and it keeps doing it, especially after I've told it, then it gets dealt with. It actually can be destroyed. It's when all of you is energy. You have your actual name is a wavelength, the frequency of your energy. It's also your character. It's got your character built into it, what you are. It is you, your frequency of your energy. When something's really being negative and going after others and hurting them, then it gets dealt with. Anyway, enough about that. This thing about the Adam and Eve thing and original sin, okay, that's in your 3 major religions. It's all a lie. It's a bunch of bunk. There's 5 Adams and 5 Eves and Lilith that came to this planet 10.572 million years ago. And sorry, I'm getting a pain in my head right here, right now. I keep getting changed, supposedly getting ready to do my big job. I'm still waiting for the real big stuff. I've watched my energy move stuff, and other people have seen it, but and if I'm not controlling it with my conscious mind, I can't claim it, period. And I go in other people's heads. Doesn't matter where they are, what state, what planet, doesn't matter. And I can actually go into their head and I affect their pineal gland, the pituitary, the hypothalamus, and they become stronger. Sometimes I blow through the body kind of hard, and sometimes they even get sick just for a few hours, and then they feel fine. But when I'm done, they feel stronger. What I'm doing is putting the energy that I belong to inside them, and it literally just starts evolving their body, their mind, their body. Different groups of psychics, I can do whatever. I just recently did 328 of them at one time. Like I said, the government knows about me. I've sat and talked. Well, they knocked on the front door. It was about the star Essenite and some other stuff. They're not really aware of who I am. It was FBI and Homeland Security, an agent from each, and they're really cool. The guy, then NSA, they know me. When their satellites picked me up, they read the strength of my energy, but more importantly, they read the frequency. And the things that run the governments, 2/3 of ours, and most of the other big ones, they're not from here. Okay, they are for the most part Anunnaki. Anunnaki is a reptilian type of race. all Anunnaki are not bad. We have problem children over here. You can think of them as destructive pirates. I call them problematic children because they don't understand the value of compassion, taking care of things. Their ancestors literally destroyed Mars. They're doing a number on Earth, and that needs to stop. Anyway, after the original being made itself mother and father, started the male-female concept, then it made the universe, then it made its first angels, and then it took a third of itself and removed it from itself, reached in, took the negativity out, 97% of the negativity it took out. So it was originally 27.5% negative. It took 97% of that out, so you're left with, I think, 0.825% negative, which is very, very little. Then this huge ball they took out, they took 4/5 of that, set it aside, and it became, they put it in two different fields. They made two lumps with it, two equal lumps. They separate, as soon as that energy was separated, it automatically split into male and female, and then the other one split into male and female. Original mother and father have never had even one life. My brothers and sisters, my brother and sister, the next couple, the one of the new ones that are clean, they've never had one life. The energy that I belong to, Aramelius, and then Lilith, we've had all the lives. The focal point of Aramelius's heart is what's in this body, and then it's I just call it me, whatever. And for Lilith, the focal point of her energy, that the focal point of the heart of her energy, I call Lily. And her last life was Marilyn Monroe, and it was nasty. It was horrible. She was abused much more than she ever should have been. There's problems with original mother and father. Sorry, they have some little bit of negativity to them. They kept pushing everyone to hurry up and grow. They were trying to get to 2012, Earth 2012, and that's when all kinds of neat things are happening. I'll talk about that in a minute. But when you have a life, the way souls, creator family, everyone's been growing, is when you have a life. It's like when you're young, you lift weights one day, then you take 2 days off, then you lift weights again, then you take 2 days off. After you've done that 6 months, all of a sudden you got some muscle, you get strong. Well, the same thing happens when you're energy. You get put in a body, you get stressed, you go through hell. You have some joy, because you have to have some, otherwise you kill yourself. And sometimes that happens. People say, God, this invisible God, that this perfect, all-loving, all-forgiving God. Oh yeah, the same guy that created hell to torture souls forever? Come on, people, hello. That this wonderful being never gives you more than you can handle. What the hell do you call suicide? Whatever. I mean, I was very involved in the church when I was young, and then I got tired of it. But I started waking up. I started receiving information. My skull's grown all over the place. One of my friends calls me a bubblehead boy because the skull is 2 inches taller, and the girth is a little over 3 inches more now. And I keep getting stronger, but honestly, I'm tired of being in this body. I want out. I need to go home and fix some problems. That's over there on the other side. Things aren't what you think they are. They're not what you've been told they are. You've been told these lies in the books, religions. It was to control you. Get everyone under just a few different religions. You can't have just one religion. You have to have a few religions, but a few big ones. And then each one has this different concept of their perfect God or whatever. And then you have them fight each other. And then that keeps everyone off center. And it keeps your DNA. Your DNA is like a ladder that's twisted like this and just relaxed. When it's relaxed, it's a soft twist. When you get excited, it turns around and bundles up, and when that happens, your ability to see things, feel things, your metaphysical abilities get just cramped up. You can't hardly even use them. Immune system and stuff like that, it messes that up too. So if you keep people arguing, it helps keep the DNA level down. Now there's new energy around. It's the energy I belong to. Its energy is taken over. The negative effects that come from cell phones. It's low frequency radiation. It's in everything, and it's put there for purpose. The purpose is to keep your DNA dumbed down. Well, guess what? It's being overridden now. It's time for everyone to wake up. December 21st, 2012. That's when I was talking in previous lives about the world never being the same. People never seeing the world the same way again. That doesn't mean the world changes. The light doesn't come down and make everything wonderful and everyone floats and there's no more pain and la 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 la. It's not the end of the world. December 21st, 2012, I kept saying through all these lives, Quetzalcoatl, Colcacan, same person, Pahana, of the Opi Indians, King Pakal, King Tut, whatever. I just kept saying that they wouldn't see the world the same. The reason being is that creator energy between the two parts of the heads, that's my energy. That's part of me. I literally pulled that away in April of 2012 instead of December 21st, 2012, because things were so screwed up in my family on the other side. There's no such thing as anything perfect. It all comes from the first being, and it wasn't perfect. If it was perfect, everything else would be perfect. Come on. People, please, open your minds, think. Question stuff. Question me. Question, all your books, the readings, and everything else. I'm sorry, they're wrong. The thing about Adam and Eve, I find that disgusting because it's about me. There was 5 Adams, 5 Eves, and Lilith. We came here to this planet 10.572 million years ago. Okay? And then first I came and I made the red atom, the red race. I've made the red race on this planet 5 times now. The atoms are not coming back. The Adams and Eves are special. They've been myself, Lilith. Lilith came as Lilith, but in the first time. But it's also the energy that Lily and I have come together and then just released 110,000. That happened when the third wave or generation of souls was released at 8/10 of the way through. That's when that happened. When I get out of this body and square things away on the other side, then it'll happen again. It'll be 111,000. And then as they come out, they split in half. When you souls came out, you literally were a ball, a sphere of energy that comes out, sits there, it settles down for a second, and then immediately goes male-female. There's too much to say in one sitting. I'm going to go ahead and stop here. My phone number is 770-885-5619. Website is essenite.com, essenite.com. Email is unclejay2010@live.com. I don't think any of that's necessary for this video, but I don't know if it'll ever get sent. I have to put some stuff out there. There's problems on the other side that are being dealt with. All that'll come in detail. There's so much to say, it has to be done in segments, and I'm going to put that together and leave it. Like I said, things are screwed up on the other side, and they're screwed up here too. So I'll explain why in further detail. But the original mother and father, they set this up to be a screw up. They set up the whole thing to happen, and then there became issues in the family, and then they put booby traps everywhere to make sure it wouldn't go as planned. And they're now literally under what you would call house arrest, if you want to look at it like that. It's energy, but energy, they have their own dimension and they're locked in it. There's an energy field around it they cannot get out of. They're not allowed out. They're staying there. And I'll just stop at this point. But you all are evolving. Everyone has abilities. They're not gifts. There's no perfect God that gave you this gift. The ability to see visions, your pineal gland in your brain, your pineal gland produces the vision. The hypothalamus takes that vision and tries to make sense to it, to your frontal lobe and cerebrum, or cerebellum, cerebrum, I think. Sorry, I don't have all that stuff. I'm not a surgeon. I just see a lot and I know stuff. It's just continuous download. And besides, I live on the other side looking this way. But I'm here too. It's kind of a pain. Anyway, also there's the pituitary gland that puts clarity on everything you're seeing. So these are abilities that you have, squirrels have, everyone's DNA is evolving, and good things will eventually come, but I don't know how long it's going to take. I guarantee you 20 years from now this world won't be anything like what it is now. And that's a fact. Anyway, and that's a good thing, not a bad thing. And I'll stop there.